Sorry about that. We were running a little bit late, as always, because that's what we do. We had technical difficulties. Again, that's just what I say. I say technical difficulties, but really it's just because I waited to the last minute to take care of some things that I had to send to Andrew for the episode tonight. So really that's on me, but I'm going to claim technical difficulties. So it's probably not going to be the last time that happens. But we're only 30 minutes late. I guess that's not bad. So, all right. Well, anyway, welcome to the show tonight. Welcome to Heckles and Horror. Thanks for joining me. As always, I'm your host, TJ. Magic Squirrel Network, coming at you live on Magic Squirrel Network. Oh, the room is called the Nut House now? Mm-hmm. Oh, the room is no longer... What was it last time? Funbox 69. It is no longer Funbox 69. Now it is the Fun House?
Nut House.
The Nut House.
It's Magic Squirrel.
Oh, that's clever. I like that. Yeah, the Nut House now, because Magic Squirrel, squirrels like nuts. So yeah, coming at you live from the Nut House on Magic Squirrel Network. As always, I'm joined by my off-screen counterpart, Mr. Andrew Moore. He's also the technician on... you're pretty much the tech on all shows, aren't you?
Besides Juice in the Morning.
Oh, besides... Okay. But yeah, like Pointless, and I know you are on Diabolical too. Yeah, our off-screen technician. He's the one that takes care of all the graphics and everything that pop up and on this show, like shows like this, Corey Dawson's Diabolical Index, and the Pointless discussions. So yeah, if it wasn't for Andrew, these shows probably wouldn't look as good as they do because we wouldn't have anybody to put these graphics and stuff up. So a huge shout out to Andrew. Thank you very much, Andrew. So yeah, now that the intro's out of the way, let's move on into tonight's episodes after I grab a drink. A little drinky poo for all you Trailer Park Boy fans. R.I.P. Mr. Leahy. So, first things first, earlier this week, as I mentioned last week, we have been cleaning up our location for our next film, Cinematic Reality. Earlier this week, we filmed our Indiegogo campaign for that. We filmed the video for it, for the Indiegogo. It's got to go through some editing. I think Roman is going to be editing it soon. So it should be up and live, hopefully within the next week or two. As I mentioned on the last episode, got some cool-ass perks. So whenever the Indiegogo goes live, that was a lot of goes. Whenever the Indiegogo goes live, I'll be sharing that on probably Magic Squirrel Network, my own personal pages, Studio 605 Facebook pages, Roman and Brandon, everybody involved with the film will be sharing it as well. So whenever it does go live, you guys will know. Be sure to check it out and check out some of our awesome perks. Speaking of Indiegogo, Sean Burkett's Don't Fuck in the Woods 2. The Indiegogo for that actually just went live recently. I think it just went live, I want to say within like the last 4 or 5 days, maybe, something like that. So yeah, that is live. There should be a graphic with the link. I don't think it's a clickable link, but you can, if you just go to the Don't Fuck in the Woods Facebook page, you can find it there. Find the Indiegogo. They got some really good perks on there too. And last I heard, it was at 35% funded, which isn't bad. That's actually really pretty damn good considering it's only been live for 3 or 4 days. So that's, congratulations, Sean. That's really awesome. So yeah, be sure and check out Don't Fuck in the Woods Facebook page to go to the Indiegogo campaign. Check out the video. There's like a little 3 or 4 minute long video where Sean and I believe Brittany Blanton, who is one of the actresses in the movie, I believe it's those two that are in the video talking about the film. Perks for that, they've got some really cool perks for that one too. I've actually got a picture here so that I took a picture so I could remember what all the perks were. Let's see. Yeah, some of the perks they have are a personal thank you note from the director, so that means Sean Burkett will write you, I don't know if it's going to be handwritten or if it's going to be an email or what, but a personalized thank you note, thank you for contributing to the film. Social media shout-outs, a map of the actual Pine Hills, which is the campground that we're gonna be filming at. I don't think it's actually called Pine Hills, but that's what it's called in the film. But a map of that. Don't Fuck in the Woods, the first one, Blu-ray, which I'm going to get to that in a minute, because, yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. A Don't Fuck in the Woods 2 signed Blu-ray, so whenever the film is finished and edited and pressed up and everything, you'll get a signed, autographed copy of that. I don't know if it'll be signed by only cast, or if cast and crew, or everybody involved. I'm sure it'll probably just be cast, but that'll be really cool. They've even got 24 by 36 Don't Fuck posters, which those are cool because I love posters myself, and 24 by 36, that's going to be a really cool poster to have and be able to hang up on your wall. Oh, and another thing that they're also doing, and I think this one was just added, but I think I just saw Sean make a post the other day that they have VHS tapes. I can't remember if it's the first Don't Fuck that they're pressing. Is it the first one? Yeah, I think it's the first Don't Fuck in the Woods film that they're pressing up on VHS tapes. I don't know if they're doing the same thing for part 2, but yeah, be sure to look at that or check that out, especially if you're a VHS collector. I know I used to be when I was younger. I used to have a hell of an awesome collection of VHS tapes, but I mean, they're just so big and bulky that I stopped doing it and moved on with the times and started collecting Blu-rays and DVDs. But yeah, if you're a collector of VHS tapes and you're a fan of independent horror and you've seen the first movie, the first Don't Fuck in the Woods, be sure and check that perk out, because... What? Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's what I was going to move on to actually next, is I know on the last episode I mentioned... let's see, what was it? Family Possessions and Victor Crowley were on their way to being released, and I think they both released on February 6th. But I failed to mention, for some reason it slipped my mind completely, and if you're watching, Sean, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna make up for it now, buddy. I failed to mention that the first Don't Fuck in the Woods was due to be released, I think, a week after Victor Crowley and Family Possessions. I don't remember the exact date, but as of right now, it is the 20th, I believe. Yes, February 20th, and it is out. You can find it on Amazon. I think you can find it on like Target websites, and I don't know, probably not. Yeah, I think it's Amazon and like mostly on demand stuff, because I mean, because of the title, I'm sure that retailers probably threw a shit fit about carrying that in the stores. But you can find it on Amazon. You can order it off there. It's also streaming on most major video streaming platforms, like you can rent it on Amazon video instant streaming, video streaming. I believe it's on PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, I guess. Is that what Xbox is? I don't do Xbox. I don't do Xbox. I'm Sony. But yeah, Xbox, PlayStation, iTunes, and a few other big ones. I think there should be. It's YouTube. Oh, yeah. YouTube too. Mm-hmm. Must be like YouTube Red or something. Yeah, Verizon. I didn't even know they had a streaming
Google
service,
Play,
but
you can get it on your phone.
Oh yeah, Google Play too. I guess you can even get it on your phone or tablet too. So that's really cool. So yeah, if you're a fan of independent horror, be sure and check out the Indiegogo for DFIT W2, and be sure to check out DFIT W1 on Amazon and other streaming platforms, because I've seen it. It's a hell of a good movie. Like, I mean, I really enjoyed it.
Has ass titties and everything.
Yeah, ass titties, blood and gore. I mean, what more can you ask for? So yeah, that's so yeah. And speaking of DFITW, it's still in Women in Horror Month. Today was February. Like I said on the last episode, every February is dedicated to women in horror across different platforms. Whether you're a female writer, director, actress, what have you. So February is dedicated to all of the women that make the horror genre great. And today on our 605 Facebook page, we finished out, for the last week or so, we've been doing a Don't Fuck in the Woods series of women in horror from that movie. And today was Heather Cahill, also known professionally as Nadia White. So shout out to Nadia White. You were awesome in that movie, so keep up the good work. I'm excited to see what else is in your future. So, I failed to mention, I was going to mention this in the intro too. SoundCloud. We are, I don't know if anybody listens to SoundCloud or not, but
Need to now.
yeah, you need to now, because the audio versions of Heckles and Horror, Corey Dawson's The Diabolical Index, and Pointless Discussions too, or no?
They have their own.
Oh, okay, so it's just those two?
Right now,
Yeah, okay, so as of right now, Heckles and Horror and Diabolical Index are both streaming on SoundCloud. So, I don't know, we're still working out the logistics of the whole thing. Like, we don't really have, like, a set time frame of when, like, the audio versions are going to come up after the video stream or whatever. But, because, I mean, I know that after we get done streaming live on video, I guess they have to go through and they have to rip all the audio and they have to edit it down and compress it, I'm sure that they have to do. So, we don't really have an exact time frame yet, but it is in the works, but you can find the first 2 episodes of each show, right? You can find the first 2 episodes of each show of H&H and Diabolical Index on SoundCloud. So, if you drive into work one day and you're bored, you don't want to listen to the radio, tired of the same music, throw on some awesome-ass podcasts.
And if we get 40
oh, that's right.
subscribers in 8 weeks,
yeah, starting from when?
Now.
Oh, starting from now. Oh, well, starting from now, so February 20th, starting right now, 8 weeks from now, if we get 40 subscribers, what happens?
We get on the top 10.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Hot new.
Yeah, if we get 40 subscribers between now and 8 weeks from now, then we will be put on the top 10 what's hottest list or whatever it's called. Yeah, and people can find us way easier. So I mean, we're trying to get Magic Squirrel. We're trying to blow it up and trying to get these shows blown up, because I mean, it's something that we all really enjoy doing. I know Corey's having a huge blast with Diabolical Index. I really enjoy doing this show. I know me and Andrew were talking earlier about he doesn't have a show on here yet, so I mean, I'm going to try and nudge him in that direction, get him a show too. But we all just really enjoy doing this, so head to SoundCloud, give it a subscribe, and help us get to that 40 so we can get on that top 10, son. Or top hot list, whatever it's called.
It'll be on probably the top 10.
Yeah, that's what I figured, top 10. So yeah.
Danielle called you a nerd.
Did she?
Danielle Johnson.
Well, I'm about to be talking about Danielle Johnson here in a minute, so I'm going to throw her under the bus as a nerd too, so she needs to shut her mouth. Hey Danielle, I'm getting to you, hold on. So, but yeah, before I move on from the Indiegogo thing, even if you can't donate to, if you're a fan of indie horror, if you can't donate to any of the Indiegogos, that's fine, that's perfectly fine. We don't expect anybody to donate, but if anything at all, just give it a share and get the word out for other people, like your friends, family. Yeah, sharing is caring, hashtag, if sharing is caring. I use that hashtag a lot, actually. So yeah, just give it a share, give it a like and share, and, I mean, you never know, I mean, you might have somebody in your family. Maybe Grandma Jean wants to watch Don't Fuck in the Woods. You know what I mean? So.
They were also on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts. So.
What were they?
iTunes. Google Play Music.
Stitcher.
Or anywhere else you listen to podcasts.
That's where you can find Magic Squirrel. Oh, and whenever you're. Yeah, I've never even heard of Stitcher.
That's like
I don't think.
Thing.
Oh, okay. But yeah, on any of those previously mentioned podcast channels or websites, whatever you call them, just search Magic Squirrel Network and you can find us. There's no numbers or anything. Is it capitalized or anything? Or is it just...
Magic Squirrel?
Yeah, just Magic Squirrel Network, and you can find us really easily. So yeah. Alright, so moving on from that. As always, I've got my notes, so bear with me. Oh yeah, okay, so moving on. I know I've mentioned in the last couple episodes of me and Roman's little, I guess, web series, I guess you could say, called 605 at 605. We haven't really worked out like a time frame type thing. We don't know if it's going to be... As of right now, we've only released one episode, and we filmed it a month and a half ago. So, I guess it's going to be like we're going to try to do it at least one monthly, I believe is the plan. Eventually, maybe we might move up and try to do it more often. But the reason I bring it up again is because earlier this week, not only did we shoot our Indiegogo for Cinematic Reality, we also filmed our it was the second episode that we filmed, but it's probably not going to be the second episode that's released because our guest that we had, who shall remain nameless because we wanted to keep it a secret, I guess. But we're waiting for he actually recently wrapped on a movie, on a film, and we're waiting on the trailer for that film to be cut so that we can edit it into the episode. So that episode probably won't be out until April or May, I guess, if I had to guess. But between now and then, I know that on future episodes, I know we've got for Don't Fuck in the Woods 2, we've got Cheyenne Gordon and Sean Burkett are slated to be guests at some point. Like, it all really depends on scheduling, because, I mean, as independent filmmakers and as any independent filmmaker knows, as much as we would love for this to be our full-time job, 9 times out of 10, it's usually not. We all do have other jobs. We do have full-time jobs. So it like I said, it all depends on scheduling. Also, Cheyenne just had a baby. I think I mentioned on last week's episode. Cheyenne just had a baby back in December. So, I mean, he's not only got a full-time job, but he's also full-time daddy-o now, too. So, like I said, it all depends on scheduling, but they are slated to be on an episode at some point. Also, we are going to have Brandon Pruitt and an unnamed guest of Brandon's choosing for a special cinematic reality episode. So we're really excited about that one. So yeah, the second guest, the episode that we just filmed the other day of 605 at 605, he's normally very secretive. Like, he's active on social media, but he's normally really pretty secretive about things that he's working on and things that he's got in the works, things that he's got planned for the future. And as far as the movie that he just wrapped on, he's been really secretive about it. Hasn't really given too many details. Not a lot of people really know much about the movie. But on the episode that we filmed the other day of 605, we got some pretty juicy exclusives, and it's gonna be. I haven't seen the episode. I don't think it's been edited at all. Yeah, I know it hasn't been edited at all. I haven't seen a cut of it or anything. But like I said, we got some pretty juicy details. And if you're a fan of his previous work, which I know a lot of people that follow Studio 605 and follow our close-knit group of yeah, I guess that's not the word I was looking for, but colleagues, I guess you could say. Follow our close-knit group of colleagues and acquaintances and stuff. I know that a lot of you are probably fans of him.
Brandon said him and VA want to do a I Love Mackenzie Renzel on 605 and 605.
Yeah, I believe...
Chris said, "What's up, brother?"
Who did?
Chris Sawyer.
Oh, shit. What's up, Chris? Brandon Pruitt just commented that he wants to have him and VA, who was who he played the man in one of our short films. I'd say it's critically acclaimed. It's gotten great reviews. One of our short films called I Love Mackenzie Reynolds, which was actually written by VA Bennett, who he was also in. I got it covered up, but he was also in the requel, Campground the Requel. And he was on Pointless last week. Yeah, and he was on Pointless Discussions. Was it last week or the week before? The week before. He was on Pointless Discussions the week before. He's a local comedian.
You can catch him out this week on this week's audio podcast.
Okay. Yeah, he's a local comedian. Super cool dude, man. Super laid back, and he's just a really fun dude to be around. So the episode that we have Brandon and VA on 605, that's going to be an awesome episode, and I'm really looking forward to that one, especially because I mentioned I Love Mackenzie Reynolds. The plan is we're going to be premiering. Well, we premiered I Love Mackenzie Reynolds at the Scream for Summer premiere back in October, November. And so, I mean, that was, I guess, the red carpet premiere of the short film, but we're premiering it and putting it online for people to see whenever they want to see it on the Brandon Pruitt and VA episode of 605 at 605. So I'm really excited about that one because I know I'm proud of that short. I know Brandon is super proud of that short. Roman, VA, everybody involved with that short film are super proud of it. So I'm really excited to get that one out to the masses so that people can see it and finally watch it and appreciate just how good it is. And I mean, I'm not bragging on it or anything, but I mean, it's just such a.
He said only the tips.
Only the tips.
From Requel.
Oh, yeah. Only the tips. Yeah. If you haven't seen Requel, you got to watch the movie to get the tip, or to get the joke, to get the tip. God, this is going south. All right, so oh, I lost my spot.
Adam.
I thought there was something else that I was going to bring up. Okay. Yeah. Oh, but before I move on, yeah. Oh, I had a brain fart. Yeah, VA. So that episode of like I said, it all depends on scheduling. I don't know when those episodes will be filmed or when they will be put on the air. And also, plus another thing, I know that we're starting Cinematic Reality. We're going to start filming that in April. So once that time comes around, I mean, we're not going to really have a lot of time for much of anything because we're going to be shooting that for 3 weeks straight, almost 3 weeks straight altogether. In a 21 day period, we're filming for, I think he got it crunched down to 10 days. Because originally it was, I think like 15 or 16 days. But Brandon managed to, being the scheduling wizard that he is, managed to crunch it down into 10 days. So it's going to be a marathon shoot, and it's going to be hectic, and it's going to be crazy, and but it's going to be worth it in the end. So at some point they will be on an episode of 605 at 605. So be on the lookout for that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Danielle, she commented earlier that I'm going to move into this segment now, but future episodes that I want to try to start doing on Heckles and Horror. I want to start I haven't really figured it all out yet, but I know that I want to start having guests on, and I think that each time that I have a guest on, I think it's going to be like a themed episode of Heckles and Horror. So it's going to be like one guest will talk about one certain type of thing, another guest will talk about another certain type of thing or whatever. So I think that's the direction that I think I'm going to start heading in. And I know so far I talked to Roman Josart recently and asked him if he'd be interested in being on an episode. And the thing that I have planned with him, and I may even bring Brandon on for this episode too, because I know he's a huge fan also, but I may bring, like I said, I may bring Brandon on this episode too, and I might even come up with a different idea for Brandon. I'll have to talk to Brandon and see what he wants to do. But I plan on having an Adam Green themed episode, and as I mentioned on an episode before, I'm a huge fan of Adam. Brandon, Roman, we're all huge fans of Adam. Hatchet, Digging Up the Marrow, Holliston, Frozen. He's just such an amazing filmmaker, and he's such a cool, humble, down-to-earth dude. So I really want to have like an episode of Heckles and Horror where we just talk about and pay homage to the master himself, Adam Green. So I know that Roman definitely wants to be on that episode, and like I said, I'm going to ask Brandon what he wants to do. Brandon, I know you're still watching. Comment what you want to do, bro, if you want to be on that episode, or if you want to come up with something else. I want you on an episode of H&H, bro. So yeah, that's Brandon and Roman, and then Danielle, my friend that commented earlier, called me a nerd. Pfft, you're about to get thrown under the bus, girl. She is a huge fan of like killer toy, killer doll type movies, especially Charles Brand. Is it Charles Brand? Yeah, Charles Brand, who is he wrote, I believe he wrote most, if not all, Puppet Master movies. So he wrote most, if not all, Puppet Master movies. I know he directed at least a handful of them, maybe 3 or 4 of them, something like that. He's also known for the classic Ginger Dead Man, which is starring Gary Busey as Ginger Dead Man, which that movie in and of itself is just fucking chaos. So yeah, Ginger Dead Man. She's also a huge fan of the Evil Bong series, which is also Charles Brand. I think there's altogether like 6 of them. I think it goes up to Evil Bong 666 or something like that. But I haven't seen any of the Evil Bong movies. I've seen Ginger Dead Man, and I've seen pretty sure I've seen all of I own all the Puppet Masters. I'm pretty sure I've watched all of them. It's just been a long time since I've watched all of them. But I've never seen the Evil Bong movies, and she keeps raving and raving and raving and telling me, you need to watch Evil Bong. You need to watch Evil Bong. So for the episode that I have Danielle on, for the Charles Brand Killer Doll, Killer Toy themed episode, I will definitely watch Evil Bong. I will revisit Puppet Master. Also Doll Man. I think he wrote and directed Doll Man as well. Which, as a matter of fact, Doll Man, that's another one that I don't think I've ever seen. But I was surfing Amazon Prime the other day trying to find something to watch, and Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark herself, has 13 Nights of Elvira or something, a series that she did a long time ago on some TV station, but it's like 13 Nights of Elvira or 13 Nights of Terror or something like that. But there's one episode where it's Doll Man, and I'll definitely be watching that one too for your episode, Danielle, so you might want to brush up on it too and refresh your memory. So yeah, Danielle is going to be on an episode, Roman, Brandon, I'll have them all on episodes, and I'm still working on other guests for the future, but like I said, that's the direction that I think I want to start going for this show, and kind of break up the monotony a little bit. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Those episodes are coming. Oh, and I just mentioned Amazon Prime. The other day I don't know how I want to say this. I am a huge fan of extremely corny and cheap. Well, not okay. Let me rephrase. I'm a huge fan of anthology series. I'll start with that. I'm a huge fan of anthology horror series, like Tales from the Crypt. Obviously, I mean that's a classic in and of itself. Tales from the Crypt, Masters of Horror. That is probably one of the best horror TV show anthology series that I think I've ever seen. Because Masters of Horror, there are some crazy episodes. And if you've never seen it, if you've never seen an episode of Masters of Horror, the one episode that really stands out, actually two episodes that really stand out that I have to highly recommend, and this is your homework, anybody watching, this is your homework for the next episode. Watch Masters of Horror episode Jennifer. I think it's with one N, Jenifer. That episode is fucking nuts. And also, my favorite episode, my all-time favorite episode of Masters of Horror is an episode with Meatloaf called Pelts. And the first time I watched that episode, oh my god, man, it seriously, that episode was nuts. And it really, for lack of a better term, it really fucked me up for a while, because that episode was crazy. So, yeah, Pelts and Jennifer, man, yeah, 3 episodes. Incident on and off a mountain road, too. That one's really good. As a matter of fact, just watch the whole series, because the entire series is amazing, with the exception of like 1 or 2 episodes. But for the most part, the entire series is awesome. But I digress. I'm getting off track here. Anthology series is where I was going with this. I was on Amazon the other day trying to find something to watch. And like I said, I'm a fan of anthology series, especially old school, really cheesy, corny, horror, terrible acting, horror type anthology series. And I was on Amazon the other day trying to find something to watch, and I stumbled upon a show that I used to watch back when I was still in high school. It used to be on the Chiller, I don't remember if it was Chiller Network or Chiller TV, Chiller Channel, something like that. It was on Chiller. And that was my all-time favorite channel back when I was in high school. I don't even know if it's still around. Is it? I know that one of the horror channels got what was it? FearNet? FearNet got shit canned. Yeah, FearNet is no longer around, but Chiller, I believe, still is. And but yeah, this show used to be on Chiller, and I used to watch it all the time, because it used to be like late at night they'd show, like I would watch Chiller movies all day, because they would play awesome movies all day long, and then at night they would play a marathon of this show called Monsters. I don't know if any of you have ever watched the show, or if any of you even know what it is, or ever even heard of it, because I've asked a lot of people if they've ever heard of it, and a lot of people haven't. But it's just it's kind of in the vein of Tales from the Crypt, where it's 20-minute, 25-minute long episodes, whatever. Each episode's a different story. None of them tie in together. So I mean, it's all like a different anthology series. hence the word. But yeah, Monsters, it's so corny and it's so cheesy, and like I said, the acting is at times absolutely atrocious, but I love it so much. And I was going through Amazon the other day, and I was surprised to find out that Amazon recently, like within the last week or something like that, just put the entire series of Monsters on. And like I said, it's an old show. Like, it was like late 80s. I want to say like 89 to 92, something like that. I might be wrong, but I know that it started in the 80s and it ended in the 90s. And it was only like, I think like 4 seasons, maybe 3 or 4 seasons, 2 seasons, something. I don't know, I'm terrible with dates. But yeah, Amazon Prime, Monsters, if you like really corny, really cheesy effects, really low budget horror anthology shows, definitely check out Monsters, because it's a personal favorite of mine, and I would venture out enough to say that it is a guilty pleasure, because I watch the hell out of it, especially now that it's on Amazon. I've watched the shit out of it. Monsters. Yeah. So yeah, Monsters. Also, moving on, I think that's all that I had to talk about, like, all of that before I get into the review. Yeah. So, it's been the idea all along to each episode do, like, a review of a movie or whatever, and I know on the last episode, I got a little heated. I'm not even going to get back into it, because I don't want to go there again. Yeah, I don't want to go there. But on the last episode, I think that was the first review, right? On the second episode. Yeah, because we didn't do one. Or no, it was the second one, because I did Happy Death Day on the first one. Mm-hmm. That's right. So on the last one, that was the second. So this is going to be the third one. On the last episode, I mentioned the movie. Your homework for this week was to watch, if you have Netflix, that is, to watch a movie called They're Watching. And I watched the trailer a couple weeks ago, like a week or two before. Do what?
The trailer still have it.
Oh, do you still have it? Oh, we'll even play the trailer again. But I watched the trailer like a week or two before the last episode. And the trailer looked awesome. Like, I really wanted to watch this movie. So that was the homework. That was the movie that I picked for this week. Like I said, we do have a trailer. We'll play that again. And then we also have a trailer for next week's review movie. Oh, and speaking, I keep saying next week and last week and blah 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 and all this stuff. I want to throw this out there. I'm toying with the idea of going weekly for Heckles and Horror, but I don't know. Like, if anybody's interested, if anybody wants to see more of this show, put it in the comments or email the network. Something. I mean, if you want to see more Heckles and Horror and you want it to go weekly, let us know, because I mean, I don't know. But I really am thinking about doing it, because I really enjoy doing it. But if I do go weekly, I think that I might do like a lot more fan interaction, like fans of the show interaction. Like, send me in like movies that you like to watch, and suggest movies for me to watch, and then we can talk about them on air, things like that. So yeah, let me know if you want it to go weekly, or if you want it to stay bi-weekly, or if you could really care less. Either way, let me know. Just comment and subscribe and like.
Like, long live Bruce. Bruce is the national treasure.
Bruce Campbell?
I think they're talking about the movie.
The world needs more TJ. That's right, Prue Daddy. I like the way you think. So yeah, weekly episode. So yeah, let me know. I know that there's a couple people commenting that they want weekly. So I mean, maybe I will do that. Maybe I will do weekly.
I'm up for it.
Hell yeah, Andrew's up for it. I'm up for it. Prue Daddy wants it. Let's do it. So then I can stop confusing people by saying, "Oh, last week,
That's
next
like
week."
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
4 weeks ago.
Yeah, but really, it's like, when was the last
Months
episode?
ago.
Yeah. I'll start going bi-monthly. No, I don't want to do that. So yeah. Moving on, like I said, They're Watching was the movie that I picked on the last episode. They're watching. Like I said, I watched the trailer for it. The trailer looked really cool. It looked less horror than I thought that it would, because like the trailer, like I said, we're gonna play the trailer, but the trailer was like really like happy-go-lucky music, and then it kind of shifted into craziness. So yeah, we'll watch the trailer first, and then we will get into They're Watching, and I promise it's going to be a better review than the last one, I swear. So here's the trailer.
Welcome to Moldova, where the old meets new in surprising ways.
Moldova's beautiful. I think it's time for a change. I want to slow down, focus on my life.
Becky wants a house to raise a family.
I like it. I like it all.
You serious?
What? She actually bought that place? What could she have possibly done with it in 6 months?
That's what we're here to find out. These people are upset that you have feelings.
Oh my God, Greg, look, it's your mom.
You are mean. How do I say which?
Vrăjitoare.
So no, it's definitely not okay. Let's just do our jobs and get out of here quickly.
Beautiful. Wait, are you sure this is the right house?
Your house looks great.
Thank you.
Calm down.
This is kind of creepy.
What is that creepy?
They've been here since this morning.
Let's get out of here before they go all deliverance on our asses.
Many years ago, it happened. Villagers want to know why.
It's a funeral.
Why is this happening?
What the? Wow.
Who is to blame?
Oh my God.
People start to die.
It's a trap.
We shouldn't have come back here.
She must be rich.
This must be the worst house in Moldova.
Oh my God.
Could somebody please explain that we are American?
Back up. So yeah, that was the trailer for They're Watching. Like I said, it looks like when I first saw the graphic on, I think it's on Netflix. Yeah, on Netflix. When I first saw the graphic on Netflix, and like I saw the graphic and like just the title alone really makes you think like it's gonna be some crazy like full-on horror. But then I watched the trailer, and like I said, the trailer had like really happy-go-lucky music to start out with, and it had some little real funny aspects and everything. And then toward the end of the trailer, you start to see that some craziness pops off. So I really wanted to watch it because, for one, I know I mentioned the last time that I'm a huge fan of found footage, and that's what the trailer made it look like. It looked like it was found footage. I love horror comedy, and the trailer made it look like it was a horror comedy. So, I mean, it had all of the right ingredients for a movie that I thought that I would like. And typically, I know I've said this before to other people, typically, and it even had glowing reviews on IMDb, but what I was getting ready to say is, typically, I don't go by IMDb ratings, or I don't go by other people's, oh man, that movie sucked, don't see that movie, or oh, that movie was great, see that movie. Like, I see movies based on what I think that I would like, and that was one of those movies where I thought that I would really like it, and turns out, after I watched it, I really did like it. See, I told you it wasn't going to be a bad review like the last one, because that last movie was a steaming pile of garbage on top of a trash fire inside of a train wreck. But anyway, so yeah, They're Watching. It's a very good movie. It had some really funny parts. It wasn't as funny as I thought that it was going to be, but it did have some really, really funny parts. There's one character in particular, I believe his name was Alex in the movie, I think. But I don't know if anybody watches It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but it's probably one of my favorite, I guess you could call it, sitcom. I don't know. I have a weird definition of sitcom, but if you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, there's a character in They're Watching that reminded me right from the get-go, reminded me so much of Dennis. Like, he looked like him, like he had the same mannerisms, he even kind of talked like him, and was just a really, I don't know, just a really hilarious dude. And I really liked that. Like, I mean, that was nice to go into and see somebody that I don't know. I just really liked the fact that he reminded me so much of Dennis, because Dennis is probably one of my favorite characters on It's Always Sunny. So, what?
Corey said you used that verb last night on something you said earlier.
What verb?
I don't know.
What's a verb, Corey? I'm a juggalo. I don't know what verbs are. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, reminded me of Dennis from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And if you're a fan of that show and you did watch They're Watching, or you were plan on watching it, you'll see what I mean. Because I mean, it was like almost spot on.
Brandon said he'll only watch you if you only Brandon Pruitt more reviews.
Do what?
Brandon said he will only watch you if you only Brandon Pruitt more reviews.
I think I mentioned on the last episode, one of the last episodes, that Brandon Pruitt is one of the most cynical people I've ever met when it comes to movies. Like, you could have the greatest movie on the entire planet. It could star the greatest actors in history. Fucking Charlton Heston. It could be a combination of like Charlton Heston, Tom Hanks, you name it. It could be like anybody thrown in the mix for a movie, and Brandon would still be like, worst movie ever. Movie sucked. Worst movie of the year. But I love you, Brandon. Even though you're a cynical prick sometimes. But I still love you. But yeah, They're Watching. And Brandon, I even think you would probably like this movie, because I don't know, I just really think that you would. But I mean, I've said that before, and you've shit all over movies that I've suggested to you too. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you won't like it. Maybe you'll hate it. But yeah, They're Watching. It was a really good movie. It really reminded me a lot of what was that movie with Simon? Is it Hot Fuzz? Yeah, Hot Fuzz with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Which, I mean, you know, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, they're famous for Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, what is it, The World's End, I think is what that one's called. Yeah, The World's End. Yeah, The World's End. Excellent horror comedy duo. I mean, I love those two together so much. And I actually heard recently that I think they're supposed to be coming out with I think I read something that they're teaming up again for another new film. I
remember the name of it, but
yeah, I don't really remember many details from what I read either. But
in Star Wars, I think.
Simon Pegg was in Star Wars or Star Trek. He plays Scotty, I think. The Beamy. Yeah, I think he played Scotty. Simon Pegg played Scotty in the new Star Trek movies. But yeah, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, I think they're teaming up again for a new movie. I don't know the details or anything, but
that's what he was talking about, the Pruitt something.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's been kind of a running joke now lately, that Pruitt Pruitt reviews. That's what he needs. Oh, Brandon. Oh God. Brandon, you need to have a show on Magic Squirrel Network called Pruitt's Reviews, and it's just you shitting all over movies that you hate. That would be gold.
Justin said, yeah, he does. Justin Bishop.
Yeah. Oh, Justin. That's my cousin Justin. What's up, Justin? Glad you're watching. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, Brandon, Pruitt's Reviews.
Danielle said me too.
Me too. What?
She wants to do a Pruitt review.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, because I don't know. I don't ever remember her really shitting on.
Maybe it wasn't something else. You know how
yeah, maybe these comments. Isn't there like there's like a 20-second like
there's 10 seconds for sure, right?
Yeah, there's a 10-second like ping or whatever, and so the comments aren't syncing up to what I'm talking about at this moment, so I'm kind of getting sidetracked and lost in them. But yeah, Pruitt's Reviews. You need to do it, B, because that would be gold. Pruitt's. God, I'm gonna be thinking about that forever now. So yeah, like I was saying, back to They're Watching. I'm getting off track here. Back to They're Watching. The movie itself kind of reminded me a lot of, well, let me break it down for you. Oh, here we go.
Corey said, what is this? What is the fuck is this shit? Is it Citizen Kane? Brandon. Snorfles. Overrated piece of shit.
That's exactly something that Brandon would say, too. Overrated piece of shit. Oh, my God.
Overrated as shit.
Yeah, overrated as shit. That's exactly, word for word, something that Brandon would say. And we make fun of him all the time. Like, it's a running joke. Like we'll all like a movie and we'll be like, I don't even know. I can't even think of a really good prime example, but it's a running joke on set whenever we're all together about how Brandon just hates every movie ever made. Which, I mean, I can't say that. I say that he hates every movie ever made, but he does have pretty good, in movies that he does like, as few as they might be. he does have pretty good taste. He actually sent me not too long ago. I think I still have it on my phone, but it was like a top 50 or top 100. I can't remember the exact number. Top 50, top 100, whatever, of his favorite horror movies ranked from 1 to whatever the number was. And there were some winners on that list. Like, I was like, damn, that's a really good list. There were some of them on there that I'd never even heard of that I want to check out. But yeah, he had some really good winners. So as few and far between as the movies are that he does like, he does have pretty good taste. I gotta give him that. I'm just
Corey
kidding.
says previews.
Previews. Yes. Previews. That's what it needs to be called, Brandon. That's your new show on MSN. You're going to be on SoundCloud too with Previews. It's just you shitting on movies.
It just happened.
Be on the lookout for Previews coming soon from Brandon Pruitt. If you're a cynic like he is, you'll love it. If you're not, you're going to hate him with every fiber of your being.
Justin's like, what's the Pruitt stance on Sidious?
I think Brandon likes Insidious, actually.
But he also said, nothing much, just hanging out, watching you nerd out.
Oh, yeah, well. He plays video games. He's a video game nerd, so watch your mouth, Justin. You're a bigger nerd than I am.
He wants to stream, let us know.
I think he's even into anime. Justin, are you into anime? I can't remember if you're into anime or not, because if you are, you're a huge nerd.
Corey's on it tonight. Corey says, he says it's Insidious.
Insidious! Yeah. If Brandon doesn't like that movie, I could imagine him saying that. Insidious, maybe. Worst movie of the year. Worst movie of the century.
Coming Sundays this spring. Previews. That's what.
Previews. Sundays this spring. That's right. We're putting it together, Brandon. You're getting your own show. And it's just going to be you on here talking shit about movies and being an asshole. So, you'll be in your natural habitat.
Justin says he's watching anime as we speak.
I told you. You say I'm a nerd. Justin, you nerd. I'm a movie nerd. You're an anime nerd. That's like a whole different level. I'm sorry if I piss anybody off. I don't even know which camera. I'm just talking at this point. It doesn't matter. But
We're there.
it doesn't matter. I'm just going back and forth between you and all 3 of them, or all 2 of them. But yeah, I don't want to piss anybody off if you are a fan of anime. I mean, more power to you. I don't like anime, but Justin's my cousin, so I got to give him shit. You're a bigger nerd than I am, you anime nerd. So yeah, all right. I have wandered way off the rails here. This has gotten way out of hand. Oh, God. All right. Did he say something else? No. All right. I've gone off the rails.
I said, oh my God, I'm in. Previews is on my list.
Previews. That's a great name, too. Previews.
That's Corey.
That's right. That's a great name. So, yeah. Back to what I was saying. God. Back to their watching. This is the 4th time I've gone back to this, but we keep getting sidetracked. So yeah, they're watching. It really reminded me of Hot Fuzz, because if you've seen Hot Fuzz, the movie Hot Fuzz with, like I said, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, Hot Fuzz, Simon Pegg plays the new, what are they called in England? A constable? Is that what they call police in England? I guess constable, I guess. Yeah. Sheriff Constable Pegg. I don't know.
I don't think they carry a gun over there.
No, they don't. They don't carry guns. They carry nightsticks. That is weird, though. Like, I mean, I'm not getting. Let's get away. No. You tried to rope me into this. No, we're not getting into the gun debate on this show. Not on my watch. Moving on. I'm not falling for your trickery.
I wasn't even gonna play.
Oh God. All right, so, but yeah, It really reminded me of Hot Fuzz, where Simon Pegg, he plays like the new constable, goes from the big city to a small town. And when he gets to this small town, I'm talking about Hot Fuzz right now, but when he gets to this small town, like, everybody's real weird, everybody's like super uber friendly, like overly creepily friendly, and then come to find out they're all in some big giant cult or whatever.
Is that
and
Hot Fuzz, or is that the World's End?
I think they kind of had, like, the World's End was more about alien. Like, I think that was
I'm
aliens.
sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. Yeah, because I started to think too. But yeah, World's End was like, if I remember right, it was like an alien something, aliens or something. But Hot Fuzz, like, everybody that turned out to be in a cult or whatever, and that's kind of what the first half or so of their watching reminded me of, because you had a bunch of filmmakers shooting it wasn't even a documentary. It was like a House Hunters TV show for like HGTV or something like that. Okay. And I don't even know what any of those, I don't watch those shows, so I don't know what any of them are called. Show. Yeah, like before, yeah, exactly. That's exactly, yeah. Fixer-upper. Yeah, like Fixer-upper show on like a reality channel or something like that. And they go from big city LA to small town Moldova.
I think it's a Russian place.
Yeah, it's some place in Russia or Ukraine or yeah. I don't know geography. Slovakian something. We're horror nerds. I don't know what a map is. but yeah, like Moldova or something like that, like somewhere in Russia or Ukraine or something like that. But yeah, they go from big city LA to small town Russian suburb, whatever, and when they get there, everybody, like, all the townspeople are really weird. Like, every time they drive by or walk by, everybody's just kind of staring at them real creepy, like, and everything. And that's really what it reminded me of. It reminded me of Hot Fuzz a little bit in that aspect. And like I said, it really did have some really funny parts, like, especially the Alex guy. Like, he just had all these one-liners that were just fucking hilarious. Like, he had a couple really good lines in that movie. And
that screams like, we're Americans.
Yeah. I think he is. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. At one point in the trailer, I don't want to give it away because it happens toward the end of the movie, but one of his lines is he's man, I don't really want to know. I won't say what happens, but at one point in the movie, he's like, I'm not even American, I'm Canadian! And, like, he's just screaming about being Canadian. So, I don't know, he's just got some really good one-liners, and, like, I really liked that character. And then you've got the main, I guess you could call him a main, like a tour guide-y type person or whatever. He's the dude that, if you've seen the trailer, you watched the movie, sold the, what was her name? Whatever the chick's name that bought the house in Moldova or whatever. He's, the weird crazy bitch. But his name's Vladimir in it, and he's hilarious too. Like, he's like a typical Russian slamming back vodka, just a really shady real estate broker, but he's awesome too. Like, he was one of my favorite characters in that movie in their watching. But yeah, anyway, like I was getting to my point. It reminded me of Hot Fuzz in the aspect that everybody kind of just watched them and all this stuff, this and that. And as the movie goes on, things start to unfold. They start to find out different things here and there, and it kind of leads into the climax of the movie. And I gotta say, the climax of the movie toward the end, the last 20-25 minutes or so, 15-20 minutes, whatever have you, it's pretty crazy. Like, it gets pretty nutso towards the end, and a lot of the things that happen, you can tell that a lot of it is CG, but it's like really, really well done CG, and it just looks really awesome. And I don't know, like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. I really wish that on the last episode I would have enjoyed that movie as much as I enjoyed this one, because I hate giving bad reviews. I really didn't want this to be like, I don't want this show to be like me shitting. I don't want it to be like a preview and where I'm shitting on movies. So, God, preview. Oh man, that's so great, so good.
That's what whenever he says anything, that's what.
Oh yeah. Yep. Every movie, because he's notorious about getting on Facebook and just blasting movies all night long, all day long. So every time he does that, I'm just gonna comment, "Oh, here's another preview." But I don't even remember where I was going with that.
Sorry.
But, no, you're good. God. But oh yeah, I remember. I don't want this show. I don't want to just shit on movies. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I love movies. I love movies of all kinds. I'm a huge fan of horror, obviously, hence the name of the show. But I mean, all movies of all kinds: thriller, drama, war movies, especially. I love war movies. Comedies, I can live without. I mean, I've seen a few comedies here and there that I really like. I mean, comedies like probably Superbad and 40-Year-Old Virgin are probably two of my favorite comedies. But I don't know. It seems like a lot of the comedies that come out nowadays, it's just they're trying too hard. So I've got really specific taste when it comes to comedies. But I don't even remember where I was going with this little rant. But yeah. Oh yeah, I remembered again. So yeah, I don't want this show to be me shitting on movies, and that's why I was really upset that I hated the last movie so much, because I mean, it was just, I went on like a 25-minute rant about how terrible this movie was, and that's not what I want to do. So I'm glad that I liked this week's movie better than the last episodes, because it's nice to be able to get on here and talk and praise a movie and laugh about and stuff like this. So that's the goal. And as a matter of fact, the next episode, probably next week, because like I said earlier, I think I'm probably gonna go weekly on this show, because I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy coming out over and hanging out with Andrew for a few hours every week, and I don't know, it's just a really good time, and I enjoy doing this. So I think I am gonna go weekly. So on the next week's episode, which we have a trailer for this movie as well. Next week's episode, there's a movie that I saw on, I think it's on Amazon. It might be on Netflix, but I could be wrong. But I know I'm positive that it's on either Netflix or Amazon Prime. Which one? I'm not sure. If you have both, you just gotta look and find it. But it's on one of them, I promise. But next week's episode, next week's homework, the movie for next week's review is a movie called WTF. And the graphic alone, like the poster art for it alone, looks really cool. It's like a chick at a party with a red Solo cup, drinking out of a red Solo cup, and she's got blood all over. And I mean, it looks really cool. I watched the trailer for it earlier today too, and it looks like it's probably a slasher type movie, which, I mean, who doesn't love a slasher? If you're a fan of horror, god damn it, you love slashers. So yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like. It looks like it's a slasher movie. So yeah, we'll play the trailer for you, and like I said, that's next week's homework. That's going to be the review for next week's episode, and here's the trailer for WTF. Technical difficulties again. I lied. We're not going anywhere. I'm back. How was that trailer? It was really good, wasn't it? No. Andrew said we're having some kind of technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on over there. He's the tech guy. I'm just the beauty. I'm the beauty of the show. He's the tech guy. He's the brains. I'm the beauty. No. So yeah, what's up? Any comments out there? What are you guys talking about? Oh, here we go.
For some reason, it's not working.
Yeah, for some reason, like I said, we had the trailer pulled up earlier, and the plan was that we had it all queued up and ready to go.
It's queued up. It's ready to go. It's just you can't see it.
Yeah, I don't. It was playing earlier because we watched it. We watched it together earlier, so I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's going on with it.
37 fucking windows open.
Oh, that's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. He's got 900,000 windows open on his laptop there, so it's probably freezing it up. Brandon said, "Laugh it up, guys." Oh, Brandon, you know we love you. We're just giving you a hard time, man. Have you ever seen a movie called Trick or Treat? Justin, what kind of question is that? Of course I've seen Trick or Treat. That movie is the shit. And I think, as a matter of fact, I think they are coming out with, they are planning a sequel for Trick or Treat. I might be wrong about that. If anybody knows yes or no for sure, put it in the comments if they are planning to do a sequel for Trick or Treat, but I'm almost positive that they are. But yeah, Trick or Treat is probably one of my all-time favorite. Oh man, see, now I'm going into another rant and he's got the trailer ready to go. Hold on, let me say this. Trick or Treat's probably one of my all-time favorite, like, Halloween-themed movies, because it's one of those movies where, like, I mean, you watch movies about Halloween and stuff, and I mean, very rarely when you're watching a movie like that do you really internally feel like, oh my god, this feels like a Halloween movie. Like, I mean, it could be the middle of May, but you watch a movie like Trick or Treat or something like that, and like it really feels like the middle of May. It feels like internally in your mind, it feels like it's October, and it feels like Halloween. And that's one of those movies. And same with like movies like Krampus or however you say it, Krampus. Even Black Christmas and Krampus, both of those movies, they really make me feel like I could watch those in the middle of May, watch those two movies, and be thrown back into December 25th, and it's Christmas time, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Trick or Treat, Justin, that movie is awesome as shit, and like I said, it's probably one of my favorite Halloween-themed movies. But, you said the trailer's good to go? Alright, let's try this again. The trailer for next week's movie, WTF, like I said, it looks like a slasher. Andrew has it up and ready to go, so here is the trailer once again, hopefully.
Going through what she's gone through, what does that do to a person?
Some crazy guy killed a bunch of her friends, and she's the only one who survived.
Popping back and forth, 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 popping back and forth.
Can't believe we're about to graduate. This is our last spring break together. We should definitely do something fun.
I got it! 2 words. The woods. Just picture it, right? It's a secluded cabin, way far in the woods. Nearest neighbor's like a mile away. Oh, best part about it, it's got no working smoke alarms. Oh, wait, so scared. Creepy cabin in the woods all by itself.
I need to conquer my fear. I think that this will be a good first step.
You folks ought to take heed. I wouldn't go there if I were you.
Rachel, we need to know everything that happened that night.
We drove into the middle of nowhere. And that's where it all started.
Who's there?
Is someone there?
Die!
He's dead. He's dead.
Jake, are we supposed to trust you? You can't even get your story straight.
What were you doing in there?
I was trying to protect us. Why are you starting?
The old man is gone!
I'm gonna find them, and I'm gonna bring them back. I'm gonna get us all out of here. I said psycho killer! What don't you understand? No!
Alright, so that was the trailer for WTF. Like I said, would you say that? I mean, that looks slashery, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't think I watched the whole trailer. I think I just like skipped through it to make sure that it was the right movie. But from what I saw of the trailer, it looked like it was a slasher. And like I said, I mean, it looks really good. From what I saw in the trailer, it looked like cinematography was pretty well, and I saw a lot of aerial shots and everything. So I'm excited to watch that one because, like I said, if you're a fan of horror, you're a fan of slashers, and I love slashers. Hell, our 605 bracelets that I wear every day of my entire life for the last, 4 or 5 years or whatever. The motto of them, and, oh yeah, I'll just show it. Motto on them is, slashers never die. There's the little rubber bracelets.
You can't see the die, but they get the idea.
Oh, yeah, slashers never die. And then on the other side, Studio 605. But yeah, like I said, I've worn these. I've got 2 of them. I wear one on each wrist. I've had them on there since, I know I had one of them since, actually, I think I had both. I think I got both of them when we did Requel. But yeah, I mean, I've worn them every day since then. And, but yeah, like I said, if you're a fan of horror, you're a fan of slashers, it says it on the bracelet. So, That's another thing. Eventually, I don't think we have any more of these bracelets at the moment, but eventually, whenever we do get more, I want to start doing like giveaways and stuff on here. I was talking to Andrew about this earlier too, to start doing like giveaways. I know Corey mentioned it last night. Which one you're pointing up? I'm just going back and forth. God damn it! All right. But yeah, Corey mentioned it last night on his episode of Diabolical Index, where he's got like stickers and stuff that he wants to start giving out. He said that at some point he's going to have, I believe he said t-shirts. He's going to get t-shirts and stuff made too, right? At some point?
For himself.
Oh, I thought, okay. Well, I'm sorry, Corey. I just remember him saying t-shirts. Well, I mean, you never know. He might make one to give away or whatever, but okay, don't expect him to mass produce them. You didn't hear that from me. I hope you're not still watching, Corey. I'm sorry.
I'm sure he is.
But yeah, I know that he's got stickers and stuff that he's going to start giving out, and I really liked that idea. I'd like to start doing something like that too. Start doing giveaways, stickers. Like I said, these bracelets are Studio 605 bracelets. At some point, whenever we start getting them made again, it's been a while since we've had them made. But whenever we do get to that point and we start and we have some more made, maybe start giving those out, give out little trinkets here and there. DVD giveaways. I'd like to do that at some point. So yeah, I mean, there's that. I don't even remember how I got into this. Oh yeah, I meant talking about slashers. So yeah, WTF, that's the movie that I'm picking for the next episode. I'm really excited to watch it because, I mean, like I said, I love slasher movies, and so yeah, and it looks like it looks pretty promising. So I'm excited to watch that one. Before we close out the episode, though, I do want to digress back into the earlier part of the episode when I was talking about Charles Brand and my friend Danielle being a huge fan of his. I forgot to mention, I've got a little thing right here that I got from a convention, but I forgot to mention that I can't remember if he wrote or directed or both, but there's a movie that it's called Unlucky Charms. Like I said, I can't remember if he wrote or directed it or both. I can't remember if he wrote or directed it or both or whatever, but Unlucky Charms, I've never seen the movie, but I own the movie, but I've still never seen the movie. And I'm about to tell you why. Because I was at a convention, I want to say it was like probably Horror Hound. It might have even been Days of the Dead. I don't remember. It was some kind of horror convention a few years ago, and usually whenever I go to conventions, usually a lot of times we have a booth. 605 has a booth, and we hang out at the booth and sell stuff and just kind of walk around, just have a good time, enjoy the convention. And this particular convention that I went to, I was walking around, and I came to, I think it was what is it? Full Moon? Yeah, Full Moon. I think I came to like a Full Moon Productions booth or something like that. Like they had a lot of Full Moon horror stuff there. And I saw this sitting on the table, and like it looked so awesome, and I needed to have it in my life. And so I bought it. And I saw that it came with a movie, and I had planned on opening it to get the movie, but then I decided, I don't know, I kind of want to keep it as is. So the movie itself is called Unlucky Charms, and like I said, I haven't seen the movie, but it looks like it's some kind of leprechaun-y type movie or whatever. But I found this at a convention, and so I scooped it up, and I've had it ever since. But it's a cereal box. Like, if you like Lucky Charms, the cereal Lucky Charms, obviously it's a ripoff of that, Unlucky Charms.
It looks like Beetlejuice, the animated series.
Yeah, the little leprechaun guy does kind of look like I see. I totally agree. Does kind of remind you of Beetlejuice, the animated series from way back in the 90s. Especially just the face anyway. But Unlucky Charms, they're magically malicious. I thought that was really cool. And it's like a legit cereal. Like, I mean, the box is unopened, and it's cereal inside of it. Oh yeah, the back too. There's the DVD art for the DVD art for the movie itself is right here, called Unlucky Charms. And then it's got is right here. And then down at the bottom, it's got, like, it's a legit cereal box, too. It's got, like, a little maze like you do with a pencil while you're eating your Unlucky Charms at breakfast. You're a kid before you got to go to school. Got a little maze there. And, yeah, it's even got nutrition facts, and it specifically says, untrue, totally fictitious, nutritious facts. Like, calories alone, it says there's 2 million calories. Calories from fat, 666. And, I don't know. I just really thought that this cereal box was just the total shit. And plus, like I said, it's got it came with, and on the side it says what's in the box. Lots of colorful marshmallows, the super fun, super naughty, super magical Unlucky Charms DVD fortified with super special features, a surprise collector's item gift in every box. I want that collector's item and I want to watch this damn movie, but it's such a cool collector's item to have that I don't want to open it. So like I said, I own the movie. I haven't seen the movie because it's inside of a cereal box, which is inside of a cereal bag full of cereal, and I don't want to open it. And, I don't want to open it. So, but yeah, when I was talking about Danielle and Charles Brand earlier, I wanted to bring this cereal box up, but I forgot to. So I wanted to do that before we closed out. So yeah, do what? Oh, yeah, I'll just bring it in. I'll just have it sitting right here. Unlucky Charms. Boom.
Perfect.
Boom. Charles Brand. Shout out. But yeah, I need to find, before the episode that I have Danielle on.
She's like, Brand. Brand.
Oh, it's Band. Charles Band. I'm sorry. Give me a break. But, I could have swore it was Brand. Maybe it says. No, I guess not.
She would know, wouldn't she?
I guess she would know. I guess I'll go with what she's a Charles Band. But, so yeah, before I do have her on for an episode, whenever that will be, see, because like I said, the only days that she has off is Sunday, and my days off are Tuesday, Wednesday, which is why Heckles and Horror had to switch to Tuesday, because my days off at work changed. So yeah, whenever I can manage to get her on an episode of this, I do need to find this movie online on Amazon, or I don't even know if you can find it on Amazon. Find it somewhere and buy it, because I really want to watch the movie anyway, because the cereal box is the shit. But plus, because she's going to be on an episode, I want to watch that movie so that we can talk about it as well.
Stephen Hodek says, eat it.
Oh, Hodke. That's Stephen Hodke from Taint Bad Productions doing special effects work on... But yeah, Stephen Hodke, he just joined in, told me to eat the cereal. I've had it for a few years now. I'm sure that the cereal would probably kill me at this point. But him and Rob Collins from Taint Bad Productions are doing the special effects for Cinematic Reality and Don't Fuck in the Woods 2. So, and also Rob, I believe Rob is gaffing Cinematic Reality too. So me and him are going to be working pretty close with each other, because he'll be gaffing and I'll be acting as cinematographer on that. So me and him we're gonna get to know each other really, really well, Rob. So I hope you're prepared for that, because hope you can handle it. But yeah, so I think that's probably gonna do it for this episode. I think I've covered everything. Like I said, next week's episode, WTF, be sure to find that. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon or Netflix. I'm almost positive it was Amazon Prime, and it's free to watch on Amazon, so check that out. I plan on doing that more than likely probably tonight, because I'm just really excited to watch that movie. So yeah, next week's episode, WTF. Hopefully I'll be able to have a guest on next week. I don't know, though, because like I said, it all depends on scheduling, but guest episodes are coming, though, so be on the lookout, because they're coming. So yeah, I think that's probably going to do it tonight. I know I've been on for...
Make sure to follow us on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. That's going to do it for us tonight, but before I go, I want to say, make sure to follow us on Twitch, Mixer...
YouTube.
Twitch Mix. I keep looking to him because I can't remember all of them. There's like 50 of them. Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, all under Magic Squirrel Network. Facebook, Magic Squirrel Network. SoundCloud, like I said earlier, you can find us on SoundCloud now too. iTunes. Oh, Stitcher. That's right. You told me that one earlier. iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Mixer, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and all the other ones. No. But yeah, SoundCloud. Be sure to find us on SoundCloud. We have the audio versions up now. Corey Dawson's Diabolical Index, which he is on Mondays at 9, right? Yeah, Mondays at 9, Diabolical Index with Corey Dawson. Tune into that because that is a really cool... I'm not much of a reader, Corey, but watching you talk and seeing how passionate you are about books, like, I mean, it's just such a good watch, and I enjoy watching your show. So be on the lookout for Diabolical Index on Mondays at 9, especially if you're a big fan of books. Heckles and Horror, obviously, we are on Tuesdays now instead of Sundays. Tuesdays at 10. I actually made the joke earlier when we had technical difficulties with the trailer that we were just going to rename the show Technical Difficulties, because we say 10 o'clock, but usually we're not on until about 10:30. But yeah, 10 o'clock on Tuesdays, Heckles and Horror, Diabolical Index, Mondays at 9, Pointless Discussion on Thursdays at...
They're on a hiatus, but it's on 9.
9. Pointless Discussions is on a hiatus as of right now, but when they do decide to return, they will be on Thursdays at 9. Is that every Thursday? 10. At 10. Thursdays at 10. My bad. Is that every Thursday? Yeah. Every Thursday at 10 on Magic Squirrel Network. Like I said, you can find us on all of the above listed.
We have another show coming, called Pruitt Reviews.
Oh yeah. And another upcoming show coming soon. Previews from Brandon Pruitt, where he just shits on movies. So that'll be fun. So yeah, I think I did all my plugs. As I end every episode, once again, I'm your host TJ. Thank you for tuning in to Heckles and Horror, and I will see you next time.